Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Friday spelling test. I hope you've been having fun this week, learning about your new topic, Titanic, with Miss Gordon, doing your activities on that. So well done for all your hard work this week, and we'll get straight into our spelling test. Number one is hard. Hard. This rock is hard. Hard. Number two is red. Red, the colour red. Liverpool play in red. I can put that up this week because they actually won a game for a change. So Liverpool play in red, the colour red. Remember, by the way, guys, to pause the video at any point you need to before you move on to the next spelling. Number three is soft. This teddy bear is soft. The opposite of hard is soft. Number four is dry. Dry. This desert is very dry. There's not much water or moisture. It is dry. Number five is warm. Warm. This cat is keeping warm by the fire. It's nice to keep warm by the fire on a winter night. Warm. Number six is read. We all like to read a good book. Or if you're talking in the past tense, last week I read a good book. Hopefully you're enjoying your new book, Casper. Read or read. Number seven, difference. Difference, that could mean taking away some. The difference between 25 and 18 is 7. It's the difference between the two numbers. Two things that are not the same have some kind of difference. Number 8, creatures. Creatures. Another word for animals. Or you could be talking about mythical creatures or fairy tale creatures. Creatures. Number 9 is sentence. If someone commits a crime, they could get a jail sentence. Or it could be a sentence that you write. Sentence. Sentence. Number 10, silence. In a library, one of the rules is that there has to be silence. So no noise of any sort. When there's no noise, there is silence. Number 11, confidence. If you feel sure that you're able to do something, you have confidence. It's good to approach a task with confidence, thinking about all the other things you're able to do, all the things you already know that will help you to do this task, and that gives you confidence. Number 12, evidence. The detective here is looking for evidence as to who did the crime. Evidence. Evidence proves that somebody did something. Evidence. Number 13, license. Whenever you learn to drive, you have to do your driving test, and if you pass it, you get your driving license. You also need a license for different things, like for owning a dog. License. Number 14, intelligence. Everybody has intelligence. It's the ability to identify a problem and how to solve that problem, or how to get the right help that you need in order to solve that problem. Intelligence. So when we think, we're using our intelligence. Intelligence. Number 15, convenience. Convenience. A convenience is something that is handy to you. It's convenient. This is a convenience shop. It's somewhere that you can go to buy things that you might need quickly, like milk or bread, or whatever it is that you need in a rush. So a convenience shop, like a corner shop, or newsagent will sell stuff that you need every day that you might need quickly. Convenience. Number 16, turbulence. Turbulence is whenever you're maybe in a plane or on a boat and there's lots of wind, or there's a rough sea and the plane or the boat gets shaken around from side to side or up and down a bit. It's not very stable. There's a lot of turbulence, and the captain on the plane might say to you, please fasten your seatbelt because we're going to experience some turbulence. We're coming up to a windy patch of air where the plane's going to get shaken about a bit. Turbulence. Number 17, independence. This baby is starting to gain his independence by taking his first steps. And all throughout your childhood, you're learning to gain independence, to be able to do things for yourself more and more. That's something you should be aiming for in P6, a bit more independence. Number 18, consequence. So in our classroom, we have class dojos, and you get awarded class dojos, or maybe you get some removed as a consequence for doing something positive or negative. So a consequence can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's the result of something that you do. Consequence. Number 19, conscience. Conscience is something that humans have in our minds and our brains. It helps us to distinguish between right and wrong. So if we do something and we feel guilty about it, that is because our conscience is telling us it was the wrong thing to do. We know that was wrong. It helps us to distinguish between what's right and what's wrong. We know we're doing wrong because we have a conscience, or we know that something's okay because we have a conscience that tells us, yep, that's fine. Conscience. And number 20, patience. Patience. Patience is being able to wait without getting annoyed or complaining. We all have to wait for things sometimes, and it's good to be able to show patience while we do that. Patience. Okay, well done everybody. Now remember your quiz for this week's tables, which was a bit of literacy learning, a bit of punctuation with your apostrophes. That's up as well for you to complete. And you'll have some Titanic stuff as well to do today. So have a nice weekend everybody, and I'll speak to you next week.